Hi, I'm Rodney Yee, and along with Dr. Ravi Kumar, we have developed Chairvana. So many people are meditating today, but so many people don't really know the proper posture for meditation. Because we sit in chairs so much of our lives, our ability to sit in full lotus, Padmasana, is not available to us. And because of this, we have taught ourselves to sit in very strange positions with our spine and with our legs and our hips. It's okay to meditate in a chair or even lying down, but it's really not the optimum position. We've developed Chairvana so that you can not only begin to train your hips to open and begin to take the posture of supreme sitting, but we've created a chair that supports you not only in educating yourself, but supports you in a way that will allow you to take great seat in a deep meditation. Let's look at the chair. Here you have a portable chair made of very light material, so it's light and yet incredibly strong. You open it up very easily. Sitting pod and a backrest. Here you have one of the most important aspects of the chair, the ability to raise the backrest and lower the backrest at different heights. This place right here on the backrest supports the natural curve of your lower back. These two support the bottom tips of your shoulder blade so you can begin to carry the upper body and the neck and the head properly. We have these cushions. These cushions are made of the perfect firmness that gives you that sort of Italian seat feeling where you can sit for a long time and yet still have the comfort of a pad. As you notice, these pads are slanted, so you have to explore which one is best for you. I personally like to slant the pad so that the pelvis tends to spill backwards a little bit, and that helps me keep the natural curve of my back. As you see in the profile, this chair is going to be such I sit my pelvis here, lower back, and shoulder blades. So as I sit in simple cross-legged pose, I adjust this, and in fact this is already adjusted for me, right at the lower back and right at the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. You can see that the whole chair is mobile a little bit, and you'll think, oh, that's not good, it's mobile. But in fact, it's that small mobility and yet structure that allows you to be at ease during the meditation. So this is the first part of setting up your chair. And sometimes we do without the straps that we're going to show you later on, just because the straps, again, are training wheels. So in some ways, this is the more advanced posture. Now, some people's hips are tighter than this, and for those whose hips are tighter, you'll notice, I tend to tuck, and my legs are way up like this. What you need to do in that case is take the basic setup of this chair and realize that at the bottom of the chair right here, we have legs. And you just push these base of the legs to open it up like this. You can see the way the legs are slanted, it's going to create an amazing stable foundation. So the people with tighter hips and who are not as used to sitting on the floor, we raise the seat. Now, because we've raised the seat, this is a little further back, we can actually raise the backrest also by dialing this screw here. And this makes the leg longer and makes this seat higher, this backrest higher. So now, again, you need to try it out because you need to make this chair perfect for you. So all of these things need to be adjusted for you. Actually, this feels, and this has some mobility up and down as you see, and I can just raise it as I lean up against it. That's feeling really good. Even I've spent so many years opening my hips, even a higher seat sometimes feels good for me. So this is wonderful. And again, the feet should be slightly active. You shouldn't just be slouching. There's nothing about slouching when you meditate, but there's a real sense of the legs helping you sit. You lean against this, but really this eventually just becomes a reference. It becomes a place for you to slightly lift away from and teach you when you're falling asleep when you're beginning to sag, when you're beginning to crunch, and it begins to wake you up. It's almost like a tactile alarm clock, if you will. So this is a wonderful way to use the chair right off the bat. Now, if that wasn't enough, and for a lot of you that will be enough, we have these straps that are going to help train the posture of the legs and the posture of the shoulders. So really the hips and the shoulders, the four main joints of the body. Here you have a strap, and what you do is you feed it right through these arms. As you feed it right through these arms, you feed it through, and then you begin to make a loop. Now, if you really look at this, there's two buckles here. You feed the strap in the hole of both buckles, and then you loop it back around and feed it in between the two buckles, and you make a loop. And then you just put that to one side, and that's going to go around one of your legs. You do exactly the same here. Feed it through the loop. And again, in the hole of both buckles, around the far end of the buckle, between the two buckles, and again, pulling it tight. Now you might want to pull the buckle more close to the front so that you'll have the ability to tighten it at any height. And you pull the straps here. We're going to show these two straps first. So once again, you're sitting, and this is especially for people who have a little bit tighter hips, to create that support, because after a while, in a long sit, your knees will get tired. They'll be hanging on the ligaments and tendons of the legs, being unsupported. So by using the straps, you put the strap right underneath the knee, and then you begin to pull the strap, and you lift the knee slightly. So as you lift the knee, then basically what's going to happen is that strap is going to support the knee. Now you don't want to tighten this one too tight yet without actually putting the other one on. So you put the other one on also. And you begin to feel how the backrest from this is also striking your lower back, because this will also help pull that bottom bubble into the lower back to support the lower back. And you might have to slightly adjust where the pelvis is. And then slightly adjust each leg, because each leg is slightly different. First of all, it's an asymmetrical pose. This leg is in front of this leg, but also our body is asymmetrical. One leg is looser, so I'm going to loosen this strap just a little bit, because I feel like it's pulling too much on the backrest. I'm going to tighten this strap a little bit. And wow, now my legs are supported. The backrest is really teaching me the proper use of my lower back, and I'm beginning to float. I'm beginning to feel almost like I'm levitating. And it's very easy now for me to begin to go quiet, because the body feels fearless. It feels balanced and taken care of. Now, one of the greatest problems in our society is that we hunch. You know, so many of us read, and so many of us work on computers. Our head and our shoulders are hunched forward so much of the time. And so we have to retrain the shoulders in our meditation, because when the shoulders are like this, the heart is closed. And when the heart is closed, really what is considered the real mind, the mind of the heart chakra, is actually slightly shut down. This is really easy. You actually make a big loop out of the strap. In the same way here, you feed it through both buckles, and then back in between the buckles. And then you stretch the loop like this, and you literally feed in one end of the loop and through this back circle. And you open them up like this. And for people with wider, broader shoulders, tighter shoulders, you may want to start with that loop all the way to its most open height. So here we go, we're sitting again. Remember, ease and comfort are what we're going after, with a sense of really supported posture. Now I have these close to the right length and height already, which is great. I slip my knee in. Already I'm feeling the basic structure of the whole pose. And then I search for a wide strap, and I put my arms through the wide strap. Now, this is a little bit like pulling the cord of a parachute. You have to get it right, and you actually sort of pull this side so this side tightens around the shoulder, and then I begin to pull this to tighten this. Now, of course, the loop comes to a place where I can't reach it, so I just slide it up. Very easy to do, and I slip it back down, and I do it until I feel like it's snug around the left shoulder, and then I pull this up. And then I give a little movement and a little wiggling to situate it just right. I might tighten it just a little bit more. Now look what it does to my collarbones. Wonderful spread and support of my collarbones. This is supporting my lower back. I think I'm going to adjust this a little bit more under this knee. Now not only am I feeling symmetrical, I'm feeling unbelievably supported, but also still agile. It's not stiff, it's supportive. And already I'm beginning to feel the meditation come on. Literally just with the posture, the meditation is taking place. If you close your eyes with me, you begin to feel the crown of your head. And you take any sensation at the crown of the head and just notice it. And then you take the skin of the forehead. And you feel whether the skin of the forehead is wrinkled or open or pushed. And you feel any receptivity in the skin of your forehead. And slowly you let that sense of sensitivity be observed. And then you take your eyes and you feel like the eyelids are closed. Over the eyeballs, remembering to allow the eyes themselves to drop back and down towards the heart. You feel the temple skin and you relax and open the temple skin. You feel the skin at the back of your skull and you feel soft, open, and wide. Any sensation at your nose as you inhale and you exhale through your nose. The skin of your face is supple, receptive, expansive. Your mouth is lightly closed, with the tongue soft at the base of your mouth. Your neck feels so supported and yet so relaxed with this nice, broad, open, lifted chest. And not only are you feeling the support of the strap, but you also feel like training wheels. I'm trying to learn how to sit on my own. So I almost make this strap a little loose by moving my arms and supporting with the muscles of my arms, not just the strap. And I feel where the bottom tips of my shoulder blades are encouraged to firm into my back to support the opening of my chest. My waist is naturally long from the proper position of my pelvis and the support of my legs and my feet. And I feel the ability to move, but I also feel the unbelievable support. All the way down to my soles of my feet and the palms of my hand. I steady myself as I breathe, and then I begin to notice my inhalation and my exhalation. We'll take a much deeper meditation later, but this is just to begin to show you how posture supports meditation and how the right posture actually deepens the meditation. The more you're close to center, the more you're supported properly, your meditation will be the doorway to peace and deep serenity. Use Chairvana to help train your posture so that you too can step onto the doorstep of meditation. Thank you. Join me, sit on the chair daily. Let's meditate. Namaste.